Hi guys, today we're going to learn about two-way frequency tables. Here is an example of a two-way frequency table. Well, let's talk about what's a one-way frequency table. A one-way frequency table is what we've been studying thus far. For example, 100 students were asked, what is your favorite subject in school? And they said science. 35 people said science was their favorite subject. 40 people said math was their favorite subject, 10 said history, 15 said English. And of course, we're experts in answering questions such as what percent of people chose math as their favorite subject. Now we're going to start to look at two-way frequency questions. Of course, it asks two questions, not just one. So a two-way frequency table are tables that examine the relationships between the two categorical variables. So now we can ask questions. Do you identify as a male or female? And do you prefer sports car or sports utility vehicles? So notice we're asking two different things, male or female. And what kind of car do you like, sports car or sports utility vehicles? Two different variables. Now we have some vocabulary we should discuss. We have joint frequencies. Notice how the joint frequencies are inside of the table. They give us frequencies or numbers specifically that answer the questions. So we can tell that there are 21 men who prefer SUVs, and there's 39 men who prefer sports cars. Females, there's 135 who like SUVs and 34 who like sports cars. So the numbers inside the table are joint frequencies. Joint frequencies. Just like a joint on a desk or a joint where you combine two things together, it's the answers for the two things put together, where they join together. So where men join with SUV and males join with sports cars. Marginal frequencies are the cells which contains the sum of the initial counts by row and column. So it's the total male, it's the total females asked questions, it's the total people who like SUVs, it's the total people who like sports cars. Notice how they are in the margins, marginal frequencies. So a two-way frequency table displays two sets of data into frequencies, or just numbers. A two-way relative frequency table is a two-way table displaying percentages or ratios. Notice how I have ratios, and we're going to ask you to recreate this with percentages. And a conditional relative frequency is a relative frequency determined based upon a row or a column. It is called a conditional relative frequency. So it's relative to just looking at SUVs. So we can answer a lot of questions by just looking at SUVs, such as what is the percent of men or women who like SUVs? And for men, it would be 21 divided by 156, turn it into a percentage. And that is all for our notes today. Please feel free to ask questions as always. Thank you so much for watching and taking your time.